Hi, my name's Zafel Beeblebrox, and I'm the British Tech Guru. In a total departure from my normal videos, Bud Light and the Dylan Mulvany thing. Well, I just tried my first ever taste of Bud Light. It's warm. It's not as bad as it could be. It's not something that I personally would ever want to buy. But this whole thing about transgender and so on reminds me very much of something that Goebbels once said. He said, "Tell the people they are being attacked, and the people will do whatever you want." Not exactly those words, but paraphrased. Now, cross-dressers and transgender and all that lot, there are not very many of them. In fact, when I was in university, there were 2 transgender people. When I was in university, there were 2, just 2. One, I cannot remember the name, but oh my gosh, it attended every single student function where every topic suddenly got twisted around to gender. Not really very interesting. Heck of an interesting person, because as a man he'd been a civil servant and had some really interesting insight on the workings inside Parliament, when you could get him to talk about it. Rest of the time he wanted to talk about gender, and oh my gosh, that was so boring. The other one was the professor of music, who used to drive around in a Mini, and he used to, or she, I'm sorry, I say he, I should be saying she, but she looked like a bricklayer in a skirt. Not very feminine. But that was not her problem. That was probably my perception. Anyway, the fact is, in 30 years, I have met just 2 transgender people. Just 2. That's it. In 30 years. So this kerfuffle that's being generated around them has to me the air of something that's being used to distract others. Picking a minority to use them as a political pawn is not new. Thatcher did it. She blamed the unemployed for all of society's ills, and most of the unemployed were unemployed because of her policies. John Redwood blamed single mothers, and I cannot imagine there was a wave of single mothers. I don't think most ladies that would want to be a single mother. Most ladies, I believe, would prefer to be happily married. But we're going on about minorities and the persecution of minorities. The Jews in Germany were a minority. They did rather well for themselves doing the banking and so on. And of course, Hitler decided to persecute the minority to cement his own minority in power. I can hear a vehicle. So there's something else going on with this persecution of the minority. I hear loud complaints about transgenders going into a bathroom, well, don't they have the same right to use the bathroom as everybody else? And if they've had their gender surgery, they do not have any male equipment. The female ones do not have any male equipment. So why should anybody be upset about them going in the ladies' bathrooms any more than they should be upset about lesbians going in the ladies' bathrooms? This is all manufactured. It's all designed to unite the population against a minority, so that the people uniting the population against the minority can pass repressive laws, not just to repress that minority, but laws that contain hidden elements that you don't normally look at, that can be used to oppress the majority. Yes, look at the small print in the laws, the small print in the legislation. Look at what bigger picture. What else is going on? What's this being used as a smokescreen to cover? And in terms of the Budweiser Dylan Mulvany whatever, and I couldn't care less whether they had Dylan Mulvany on advertising it or Winnie the Pooh. It's still not a great beer. It's not bad, but it's not great. Warm, it's certainly better than it is cold. I dislike cold drinks immensely. So, I'm going to say, look carefully what else is going on. Because this, the cross-dresser, transgender controversy, is a cover for something else. Look very carefully at the people crying wolf. What are the people crying wolf really after?